This is Chris Medeiros. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Medeiros, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Yeah, I'll be down there in the description box, and I'm here to do my AEW Dynamite Quake at the Lake review. This is August 10th, 2022. So yeah, here we go, discussing about Dynamite. Now, this is a special episode for Dynamite. But we kick off the show with the first match of the night. It was Darby Allin versus Brody King one-on-one in a Coffin match. And this match was really good. Brody King just made his, made it to the ring doing his entrance. And then all of a sudden Darby Allin attacks him from out of nowhere. Starts beating him down with a skateboard. But this skateboard was covered with thumbtacks on the bottom of it. And it busted Brody King open and stuff. He was beating him with it and stuff. But yeah, this match was brutal. They had tables and everything. Brody King tried to do splash at one point. He went crashing through a table. Darby was doing pretty good. Brody was dominating a lot at times in this match. But then as soon as Darby started picking up the pace a little bit more to hit that suicide dive onto Brody King, all of a sudden the lights go out. Comes back on. We see Malachi Black and Buddy Matthews standing right next to Brody King outside the ring, and then Darby Allin was like, yeah, screw this, I'm going to go ahead and do the move anyways. So he tried to do the move anyways, but as soon as he ran to the ropes, Julia Hart grabs his foot, and then all of a sudden he starts getting attacked and beat down by Brody Matthews and Malachi Black. So yeah, they was beating him down and stuff, and then Malachi, puts Darby Allin at a table, which was, leaning at the turnbuckles, and then we see a vicious cannonball by Brody King on Darby Allin through the table, which was pretty damn vicious right there. And then Malachi Black tells Buddy Matthews to go open up the coffin so they could put Darby Allin in it. But then all of a sudden Sting appears. He comes out the coffin. He starts beating Buddy Matthews down with a baseball bat, gets in the ring, beats down Brody King. And then it looks like he was going to get Malachi. Malachi was sitting at the corner, but instead he tosses him the baseball bat, and then Malachi gets up. But Malachi pretty much threw down the baseball bat and then walks away, and this thing walks up the ramp with them, and then had a face-to-face stare down with them. And then all of a sudden we see, Brody King about to put Darby in the casket and tosses Darby around and stuff. But then he looks like he opened up the casket to power slam him off the apron through the into the casket. But then Darby starts fighting back. He had Brody King's chain, and then starts choking him with the chain at the apron and stuff. Brody King loses consciousness, falls straight into the coffin, and then he loses the match. So yeah, Darby Allin defeated Brody King tonight in the coffin match. That's what happened. It was a great match. I'll give that match 3.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good match. So yeah, that's why I'll give that match. But then after that, we see the interim AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Jon Moxley, talking backstage, talking about how he's going to be taking on Lionheart Chris Jericho, and how he'll beat him tonight and retain the title. And then he starts talking about changing the title's name to FYI and stuff like that. So yeah, just crazy stuff like that. But yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, their match will be happening later on tonight and many more matches. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite now, before I talk about the Tornado Tag Team match, we got to talk about Chris Jericho. So yeah, Jericho's talking about how tonight Jon Moxley gets Lionheart Chris Jericho, how he gets the last survivor of the Heart Dungeon tonight, and how he'll never give up, and how he'll beat Jon Moxley tonight to become the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. So yeah, that's what Chris Jericho said. But then we get to the match. It was Andrade El Idolo and Rush versus Penta and Rey Fenix, Lucha Brothers, in a Tornado Tag Team match. And this match was a pretty good match. If you have it, go check out this match. We get to the ending, and this match, of course, it was, it was just crazy. It was high flying and all that stuff. But yeah, at the ending, we see, Rush tying up Penta's mask to the ropes and stuff, like double knotting it and stuff. And then they start beating the hell out of Rey Fenix, goes for the pin, 1, 2. But then all of a sudden we see Penta unmask himself because, his mask is tied up on the ropes, and he breaks up the pin, and then he starts getting beat down. Alex tried to throw him a second mask, but Andrade stepped on it and stuff, so he couldn't get the mask. And then Alex got attacked by Jose at ringside, and then Penta got thrown out the ring. And then they started beating down Rey Fenix. Roosh hitting that vicious drop kick onto Rey Fenix in the corner, and then they pick up Rey Fenix with Andrade hitting the hammerlock DDT onto him, and then pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Andrade, El Idolo, and Roosh defeated the Lucha Brothers tonight on Dynamite. That's what happened. It was a very good match, though. If you have yet, go check out that match. I'll give that match 3.5 stars as well. Give it great match, high flying, just crazy. So yeah, go check it out if you have yet. But yeah, that's what happened there. And then we get to the next segment with the Young Bucks, with a walk into the Dark Order's dressing room with Adam Page in there. But they were standing at the door where they could see him. And they look at Brendan Cutler and go like, hey, go ahead and start us. We're going to go walking in. And even though they was already seen in there pretty much, they walk in. And then the Dark Order's like, no, whoa, what are you doing here? And then they said... Then they was talking about how, they apologized to Adam Page for not being there for him when he won the world title and stuff, and how they want Adam Page to be their tag team partner next week. And then Adam Page looks at me and goes like, look, I understand and all that stuff, but I can't. I'm in the Dark Order's corner just because they stood by my side this, throughout the whole time. So yeah, he said that he ain't going to be the Young Bucks tag team partner next week, how he's going to be at ringside for the Dark Order, and he ain't going to be in the tournament. So yeah, that's what Adam Page said, and they was like, okay, we understand, we're going to go look for another partner. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then Brandon Cutler was like, oh, I think it was talking about me being your tag team partner. And then they was like, no, you're not our tag team partner. Now cut the damn video, Brandon. So yeah, that part was pretty damn funny right there. But yeah, that's what happened there. And it looks like up next we're going to be seeing Luchasaurus in action up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite now, we see Jungle Boy going into commentary for this match, and Luchasaurus was in the match, and he was taking on Anthony Henry one-on-one. Now JD Drake was at ringside, and of course Luchasaurus starts dominating Anthony Henry. Anthony Henry was trying to fight back, but Luchasaurus hits his finish move where he lifts up Anthony on his shoulders and then comes down with a slam. I think Jungle Boy called it the fossil drop or something like that. I forgot what he called the move, but yeah, that's where he hit onto him and then got the 3 count. So yeah, Luchasaurus defeated Anthony Henry tonight on Dynamite. That's what happened. For that match, I would just give it a half of a star. That's what I'll give it. It was just Luchasaurus just dominating or whatever. Just dominating the match. It was short, so yeah. But then after the match ended, we see Christian Cage popped up on the TV screen, and he starts talking crap about Jungle Boy, talking about how he should go out there and slap the hell out of him, but the fans don't deserve to see him and all that stuff. Jungle Boy got off the announce table and goes backstage to try to attack Christian Cage, but then a bunch of security guards was holding Jungle Boy back, and Christian was just mocking him, and then Luchasaurus goes back there and starts beating down a bunch of the security guards, chokeslams with one of them, and then headbutts a guy named Pat Buck. He used to be in WWE, like, I think a writer or something like that. But yeah. AEW was just trying to make you think you should know who he is, but yeah. But it's a guy that used to be a wrestler and just be in WWE. So yeah. But yeah, that's what happened there. And then we see Miro cutting a promo and stuff, and the Jay comes up, and then Miro was like, no, you cannot touch me. He said only one woman can, and, tell your people that I'm not going to be around them or whatever. Talking about the Jericho Appreciation Society, so yeah. And he said he was going to get them Malachi Black, because Malachi changed his ways, so yeah, that's what he said there. But yep, so yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, now, before I talk about what happened with Jay Lethal and stuff, we gotta talk about the interview. So yeah, Will Hobbs was getting interviewed. talking about Ricky Starks and all that, but then all of a sudden Aaron Solo and QT Marshall and them interrupts him, and he says, look, Aaron Solo will go beat Ricky Starks tonight, so yeah, don't worry about it. So yeah, that's what he said there. And then we get to Jay Lethal. Now Jay Lethal came out with Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh. He starts talking, pretty much wanting a rematch against Wardlow, just sending out a challenge to him for the TNT Championship, because, he lost his match at Battle of the Bells, and Satnam Singh chokeslammed him through a table or something, and Sanjay Dutt was just, hyping him up and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then Wardlow comes out, and he says he accepts the challenge, but he says he wants to go down there and beat all three of their asses. And while he was walking down there, all of a sudden FTR came out, and they walked down there to the ring with him. They get into the ring, Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh gets out the ring, and then all three start surrounding the ring, but Jay Lethal was the first one to get in there. He gets punched by Wardlow, and then he gets hit with the big rig, getting laid out. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good segment though. But yep, and then after that we see the Jericho Appreciation Society talking backstage, and they was talking about how Chris Jericho will win the AEW World Heavyweight Championship and all that tonight. And then we see Daniel Garcia pretty much talking about Bryan Danielson, talking about how he's a Dragon Slayer and stuff, sending him for another vacation and all that with his family. And then we see Anna Jay just choking out another person. So yeah, that's what happened there. But up next, we're going to be seeing Ricky Starks versus Aaron Solo up next on Dynamite. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until then. So we get to the next match on Dynamite. It was absolute Ricky Starks versus Aaron Solo one-on-one. Now QT Marshall and all them was at ringside, and this match, it was a pretty good match. And then at one point we see what's his name, Colt Carter or whatever, grabbing Ricky Stark's foot, and then he got ejected from ringside. All of them did, because the referee seen it, and then it became just a one-on-one match, and it was an okay match. At the ending, we see Aaron Solo try to hit this spinning roundhouse kick onto Ricky Starks, but Ricky Starks ducks underneath it, runs to the ropes, comes back with a spear onto him, and then pins him for the 3 count. So yeah, Ricky Starks defeated Aaron Solo tonight on Dynamite. That's what happened. And then after the match ended, we see Nick Camarado grab a steel chair, running down to the ring, trying to attack Ricky Starks, but he gets hit with a spine buster by him. And then Aaron Solo starts beating down Ricky Starks. He grabs Ricky Starks, and it looks like Nick Camarado is going to smack Ricky Starks upside the head with the steel chair, but that's where Starks headbutts Aaron Solo from behind him, and then throws him into Nick Camarado, quickly getting out the ring, and then running through the crowd and stuff, escaping from the factory. So yeah, that's what happened there. For that match, I'll just give it 1.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. Nothing really too special. And then we see Will Hobbs just destroying a TV backstage, getting pissed off and stuff. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then after that, we see Billy Gunn talking to his sons backstage, and he was talking about the Acclaim and all that. And then he says, "Don't worry, I got y'all a match for Rampage." But then all of a sudden, we see Stokely Hathaway come up, pretty much trying to give his card to the Gun Club and all that, telling Billy Gunn to go retire and stuff. And Billy Gunn was like, "I'm not in the mood, get your ass on somewhere," and he walks away. And then he says, "Now I was talking about Rampage was," and then Danhausen comes up, and he goes like, "Yes, you got a match against me and the big bearded man." So yeah, that's what he said, and I'm taking a guess that it's probably Eric Redbeard, because we've been hearing that he's backstage on Dynamite, backstage for AEW. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, now before I talk about the TBS Women'S Championship match, we gotta talk about Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta, and Chuck Taylor, best friends. Now they was getting an interview backstage, but then all of a sudden they got interrupted by a few guys, which I don't know who they are, and then all of a sudden Harlan, he appeared. Okay, cool. But yeah, they come up and they was talking about how Orange Cassidy, we sent you text messages or whatever, but to get you to leave from them and all that stuff. And he goes like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even care." So yeah, that's what he said there. But yeah, we get to the match. It was the TBS Women's Champion, Jade Cargill, versus Madison Rayne, one-on-one for the TBS Women's Championship. And we see Kiera Hogan at ringside. But we get to the ending of the match, and Kiera Hogan gets on the ring apron, distracting Madison Rayne. And then Madison Rayne moves out the way. Kiera Hogan gets hit with a punt kick by Jade Cargill. But that was absolutely botched, and I hit her in the face or nothing. But yeah, Kiera Hogan just falls off the apron. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then Madison Rayne was trying to roll her up for the 3 count, but Jade kicked out at 2. And then Jade got back up, trying to hit her finish move, Jaded, onto her, but Madison starts reversing it, and then try to hit her finisher move, but then Jade reversed her move into hitting her finish move, Jaded, onto Madison Rayne, and then pins her for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Jade Cargill defeated Madison Rayne tonight and has retained the TBS Women's Championship. So yeah, that's what happened there for that match. I'll just give it 2 stars. That's what I'll give it. But yeah, that's what happened there. And after the match ended, we see Athena attacking Jade Cargill from behind, beating her down. Kiera Hogan was trying to help her out, but she got beaten down as well. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good segment though. Well, the ending at least. But yeah, like I said, I'll give that match 2 stars. Or 1.5 stars. That's why I'll give it 1.5 stars. But yeah. But then we get to another interview, which there's so many damn interviews to talk about, I swear. Thunder Rosa and Toni Storm, they was getting interviewed backstage, and then Toni Storm says, eventually I'm going to come after that women's championship, because that is one of my goals, right? And then Thunder Rosa was like, oh, we'll talk about that later on or something. So yeah, that's what happened there. But up next, we're going to be seeing the main event, Chris Jericho versus Jon Moxley, one-on-one for the interim AEW World Heavyweight Championship. That match will be happening up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, now we get to the main event. It was the interim AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Jon Moxley, versus Chris Jericho, one-on-one for the interim AEW World Heavyweight Championship. So yeah, we get to the match. Jericho's wearing the Lionheart, attire, which looked pretty cool and stuff. It was an okay match. They were doing like chain wrestling and stuff in the beginning and stuff like that, stretching each other out, stuff like that. At one point, we see Jericho rip out Jon Moxley's earring, which caused him to bleed and stuff. And then Moxley busted open Jericho during this match and stuff. But then we get to the ending where Jericho locks on the Lion Tamer onto Moxley, trying to make him tap out, but Moxley fought out of it. Stirs laying in some elbows on the Jericho, locks on the sleeper hold onto him, making Jericho tap out. So yeah, Jon Moxley defeated Chris Jericho and has retained the interim AEW World Heavyweight Championship. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then after the match ended, we see the Jericho Appreciation Society come out, start attacking Jon Moxley, and then we see Eddie Kingston Ortiz and Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta come out, brawling with the Jericho Appreciation Society, but the numbers was too much. And then CM Punk returns. He comes out, beats them all down, clotheslines Jericho out the ring, holds the he gets up to Jon Moxley, they get face to face, Moxley flicks him off, and his shoulder bumps him, and then walked out the ring. So yeah, that's what happened for the match, the main event. I'll give it 3 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good match, but yeah, but it was still a good match though. But yeah, it was great to see CM Punk return. So yeah, that was pretty good. So yeah, CM Punk versus Jon Moxley whenever it happens, probably All Out. So yeah, but yeah, it was great to see CM Punk return. Tonight's AEW Dynamite, I'll give it 7.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. The first match, the Coffin match, was pretty good. So many damn interviews, which has always been happening, but goddamn, there was so many damn interviews I had to talk about. But yeah, just so much stuff. But there was some good matches, like the Tornado Tag Team match was good earlier. Luchasaurus just dominating. Ricky Starks, babyface, first babyface match, you want to say, stuff like that. So yeah, and then Jade Cargill versus Madison Rayne, which was but yeah, and I think next week's Dynamite's gimmicked as well, with a name and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, that was Dynamite, just there. So yeah, Subscribe to TW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Dales. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'll be down there in the description box. And yeah, I'll see you guys later for this Friday Night SmackDown reviews. See you guys later. Until then.